So yesterday, it was a very interesting debate between Michael Saylor. He's been all over mainstream news, financial news, all over social media. He's MicroStrategy CEO, turned 1.5 or so billion with the B dollars of MicroStrategy, basically investments into over $5 billion because of Bitcoin. He's been buying, averaging about $23,000 for Bitcoin. That was when he poured all this money in. Like I mentioned earlier, over $1 billion, 1.5 billion to be exact. And the other guy was Frank Giustra. He is a gold bug, but at the same time, he's interested in Bitcoin. He wants to speculate. He hasn't done it yet. This is what he claims, obviously. I'm just telling you what he's claiming, but he just wanted to kind of like see what Michael Saylor has to say. He wanted to challenge him in a way. Basically, Bitcoin becoming the new monetary policy, all this stuff. Frank is known in gold community, multi-billionaire himself, involved in precious metals mining business for a long time. So I thought that they picked a really good guys to do this. At the same time, I was very excited in a way about this debate because I was hoping somebody out of younger people or those who are older but continue to ignore history. They just think that government is going to help them forever until they die. I was hoping Frank would change somebody's mind, but at the same time, after I watched a little bit of this, I just realized it was a complete, in my opinion, waste of time. And the reason I say that, Frank, meaning gold, in a way already lost the debate. Just the fact that someone like Frank decided to debate, is basically Bitcoin better than gold? Is it replacing gold? All this stuff is already, like I said, Bitcoin just picked up so much more traction here, even though it's right now selling off a little bit as we speak. Gold as well, just a few dollars down. But overall, this is very bullish for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. This is just the bottom line. Like I said, if you put Bitcoin and gold in the same sentence because Bitcoin looks like a gold coin, and trying to compare centuries of history, trying to compare a token, a barcode, this future new monetary system that came out in 2009 to gold is just laughable in so many ways. And I'll tell you why. Here's the facts. And I think this debate can really help you understand how you can look at things. It has nothing to do not just with Bitcoin and gold. It's just everything. When you compare some facts and when you look at this coin from both sides and of course the side as well, so when you put your own 2 cents in it, you will come up with probably the easiest, most common sense answer that nobody has to tell you anything. So let's go back to 1800s. Telegraph was invented, right? Early 1800s. This was a pretty big deal. Some 40, 50 years later, after telegraph, of course, we had electricity, another big deal. What is gold doing in between all this? Early 1800s, 1850s, it's still recognized as money globally. Gold basically yawns, no big deal. Then let's jump into 1900s, right? So we had about, I think it was 1950, first credit card / debit card. Again, another big deal. Gold continues to be the world's recognized, basically, number one safe haven asset. It's recognized as money globally. So nothing changed for gold in 1950 when credit card was introduced to the world. And then obviously we had several decades after that, we had internet, which is huge because internet obviously had Western Union. Then you had iPhones, of course, with Apple Pay and PayPal and all this stuff. What is gold doing? Continuing to be recognized as money globally. Nothing changed for gold. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin was introduced in 2009, and then last year, so 11 years later, gold actually hit its all-time high, and Bitcoin, it's supposed to replace gold as the new monetary system. So I don't know, like I said, what the debate really should have been. Why is Michael Saylor talking about Bitcoin being the new world's basically reserved currency? Bitcoin is going to take dollar out, is going to take gold out. All this stuff should have been just pounded on nonstop, but it didn't. They went into energy, how much it wastes, and then Michael Saylor starts going into all this, how mining of gold is so dangerous for the environment, it is unhealthy, and you can just see how this story just starts to shift. And even if somebody, maybe 1 out of 10,000 people who actually watch this video, let's just say somebody in their 20s or 30s, there is a good chance if they even decided maybe to walk to their local coin shop, which odds of that are slim to none, they didn't. As soon as they started talking about energy and clean energy and all this stuff, it was already lost. And then Michael Saylor goes into all this fancy metaphors that he's using and talking about rainbows and I mean, this is music to someone's ears who is continuing to ignore history. Gold is money, everything else is credit. This is what JP Morgan said a long time ago, and this is how it has been, and this is how it's going to be. There is no reason, in my opinion again, for you maybe not to speculate in cryptos. I love it, but to think this is going to change gold, yeah, it might take a little bit of gold's push to, let's say, $3,000 as gold sliced through 2,100 not long ago, and then all of a sudden it just started to plummet from last August. Of course, Bitcoin and cryptos, I believe, had something to do with that, but this is just it's just slowing down the process before the money starts getting transferred from cryptos back to the original, most recognized safe haven in the world, the one that the central banks, the ones that make the monetary policies, own the most. So again, I was hoping it would change somebody's mind to maybe go in and protect themselves, protect their families with everything that's been going on. But no, some years from now, maybe 3 years, 300 years from now, there could be another Bitcoin hysteria that's going to occur. Obviously, we will be long gone by then. And what is gold going to do? Probably 10, 15 years later, when Bitcoin 2 or Bitcoin 2.0, if you will, comes out, like I said, gold will break its all-time high again and continue doing what's been doing forever. So this is just a very important, I believe, lesson. For me, it was very interesting to listen to this. If I find this on YouTube, it might have been already posted now from Stansberry Research. I will get that link and then post it down below. So let me know what you think. If you watched it, again, do I believe that Bitcoin is not going to surpass $100,000, possibly even going to $250,000? I do believe so. I thought when Bitcoin was struggling to go over that resistance of 10,000 for a while, that it might slice through the old all-time high, which was about 20, and maybe go up to possibly 30 before it starts to pull back, but it didn't. It just kind of went parabolic from that point on, and this is where I missed that train, and I wish I was on it, to be honest with you. I don't know when I would have exited. Maybe I would have exited at 40, 45 if I bought at 20, or maybe even earlier. I don't think I would have waited till 60, but some people do. So there is a play in cryptocurrencies. Blockchain, actually, some people say has been around since the 80s. So again, you have to really look into it. You look into history and make your investments, make your decisions from there. Right now, gold is hated. Bitcoin is loved everywhere. Possibly Giustra Frank is going to come out and say he's going to buy Bitcoin. And this will be, like I said, the greatest wealth transfer of all time. It's going to happen in the crypto space. Take care, and we will talk soon. By the way, my pick for the next couple of months out of the precious metals, out of cryptos, is EuroCs. ESEA is the stock name. looking at $4 to $5 jump from about 11 or 12 range that it's trading right now. This is just my pick, and I'm telling you what I'm doing. You, of course, need to do your own due diligence. Take care again, and God bless you all.